Hello, everyone. My name is Jonathan Steele, and this is the discussion board for week 6 of EDCO 705. This week, we're discussing prevention models, and we've been given a range of topics that we can choose from. The topic that I have chosen for today is bullying. When developing a prevention model, there's three different ways that this can happen. First of all, is a primary model. A primary model deals with trying to reach the community before a problem even arises. The second is a secondary model. This secondary model, a problem has risen, but it's in the early stages of that problem, while the tertiary model, the third model, this model is one that just tries to make sure that there's no lasting side effects to the individuals that are involved. While I believe all three models are necessary, especially in the realm of bullying, I will look at creating a primary model of prevention for school bullying. First thing that needs to happen is we need to understand the issue at hand. According to Cross et al. 2021, bullying actually differs from situation to situation. It can differ in frequency, it can differ in duration, it could even differ in intensity. Bullying is a problem not just because it's children picking on each other, but because it actually has lasting side effects. It can hurt someone spiritually. It can hurt someone physically. It could even hurt someone emotionally. When it comes to mental health, bullying has lasting side effects. We also need to understand for bullying, this is not something that God desires to happen. According to Romans chapter 12, verse 18, the Bible tells us that we should be living peaceably with all men. Romans 14:17 tells us to follow after peace, and Jesus Christ himself in Matthew 5 would say that the peacemakers are blessed, that they're happy, that God is watching out for them. This is why a prevention model must be adopted for bullying, because God does not want us to be doing this. So a primary model is actually a proactive model. What it does is it reaches the healthy persons to prevent unwanted behavior. With school bullying, this means reaching them in the early stages of elementary, even maybe as early as preschool ages. This prevention model would include the whole school. This means, first of all, the guidance counselor, the one that is guiding these young minds and guiding these young individuals. They would be responsible of creating this prevention model for their specific school and actually reaching the children. Maybe this would include some class time and some video instruction on how bullying would not be tolerated. The teachers would need to be included to be the eyes and the ears, as they are the ones that are in the classroom with these students for multiple hours a day. They would need to be keeping watch for earmarks for bullying and looking for those that might be susceptible to bullying. Of course, this also includes enrichment instructors, the coaching staff for sports, and so on and so forth. According to Tien et al., when implementing bullying prevention and the inclusion of all staff members, the rates of bullying actually seems to go down. But we cannot stop in this prevention model with just school, with just the guidance counselors and the teachers and coaching staff. You see, that old saying comes into play, it takes a village to raise a child. And in this situation, it is true. You see, the church can play a big part. Discipleship A church taking discipleship to the family to the next level and training not just children, but the parents, bearing one another's burdens, like Galatians tells us to do, speaking the truth in love so that these parents can raise their children according to the word of God. A community center could come into play here, where if for some reason a prevention model and that primary model doesn't happen, the community center can come in as a secondary model where they are offering counseling services to those experiencing traumatic events through bullying. They could even offer counseling services to those that are bullying, coming out of Galatians, telling them about the concept of reaping and sowing, that we reap what we sow. And so that any time that the opportunity arises, we should be doing good. With these models in play, I believe that bullying would be taking a step back and would help in preventing bullying inside of the school system.